that the appropriate level of microphone? Everybody can hear me? So it's kind of interesting that in the earlier story, we talked about the girl saying that camp doesn't count, because that's where my story is going to go. Desire. You know, I was an expert piner as a teenager, so I could tell a lot of stories that are really embarrassing about me. I'm not going to go that way though. I've got one that's really embarrassing for somebody else instead. So I don't know how many of you have been to camp, but there is a time dilation that happens when you go to any kind of summer camp. You know, things take place in a different universe. Someone you've known for 3 days is the best friend that you have ever had in your entire life. And it means so much. And when I was 12 through 15, I spent my summers going to the Center for Talented Youth, which is Smart Camp. And I don't know if you can think what happens when you take a bunch of like nerdy adolescents and put them in a camp for 3 weeks, away from all adults. But you get a lot of drama. And my final year, it was my 4th year there, I was in a hall with a bunch of that, but we were like the oldest, so we were cool. And there was this guy, he was British. Yeah, I mean, I'm 15. Yeah, so he's British and Indian, and his name is Anish. And he just looks at me, and I'm like, ah. So we have a torrid affair that lasts 4 days. But at summer camp, yes, that's a long time. And it's going, and it's this first week, and on Fridays, the Fridays of this, they have 3 dances, and these are the biggest events that they have. There's like canon songs and dance moves that are choreographed like per different campus. But it's the big thing. So we get to this dance night, and this is going to be really romantic with me and Anish. And we've been one of those couples. You know, there's couches, and we take up a whole couch. And the RAs are coming to yell at us for public displays of affection. And we get to the dance, and everybody's dancing, and at one point we're going, and he just goes, "Your hips move like the very air itself." That was the first moment that I started to like take a second there. But so the dance happens and everybody's happy, and we go back to the dorms, and you know, people are sneaking around, and we're making out in the lounge area, hoping that none of the RAs are going to come by in the next 5 minutes. And he pulls back, and he just goes, "Your tongue is like a snake." Wasn't that disappointed when an RA showed up in a couple of minutes from then and kind of put the kibosh on things. So I'm telling this to my best friend ever, because we had met at camp last year. So she's a camp friend from the year before. We are soulmates. And I'm talking about Anish. And she's been very skeptical these 4 days, these 4 really important days. Because like, I had never had a boyfriend before. These were my first makeout sessions. And then the next morning I woke up and the painters were in, and my whole viewpoint on life changed, and I went, oh, okay, it was just that pre-period hormones. Because, I don't know, but when you're a teenager and that happens, just anything sounds good. So our 4-day affair came to a bloody close.
That's all right.